Wanted to do a business review of small food bakery and store in Nottingham. It's an incredible place, which is a very unique find. And the main theme running at the heart of this business is the ingredients. It's the flour. It's great quality kind of ingredients. The owner, Kim, is involved with another organisation. She heads with some other people called Grain Lab, which I've visited, and that's bringing together a lot of producers, farmers, bakers, people in the food industry. And yeah, all of the produce is from, they do a lot of local and support British farmers that are doing things correctly. And I think she started it as a bit of an experiment to see how a kind of localized food system would work. And it's evolved over the years into, yeah, just an incredible find. They've got a real core audience of people. You can see from the Google reviews, they're all just 5 stars, loads and loads and loads of 5-star reviews. For me, the main attraction is the bread. It's the bread. They use a lot of interesting wheat varieties, YQ, and different varieties that are non-commodity. I know some work's been done with the Grain Lab to change some of the wheats from like a non-commodity, so something that people can't, that's not basic, like gold and silver and things like this. Non-commodity wheats. Still got to catch up on a lot of the things that they do there. But yeah, the bread, they do a Radford massive loaf, which they sell by weight. Got one today that was still warm, and that was like, I've got the receipt here. I think it's 24 pounds and 13p, but it's like 4 loaves in one, so it's say £6 a loaf. But it's incredible, incredible, incredible. Oh, I asked Kim, the owner, the top 3. So this, yeah, the main attraction is the bread. They do cakes, pastries, like pies, and they've also got, it's a bit like a bakery with kind of fruit and veg and like deli vibes as well, with lots of different cheeses, potted porks, yogurts, and they also make a lot of things and pop them up. Like they had some roasted almond butter today. Just, yeah, it's a beautiful display, and it's dangerous. You can spend a lot of money in there, like I did today. But it's so worth it because all of the food is, yeah, it's all handmade. They put a lot of work in. I think they're only open, today's Friday, I think they're open Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. And on Saturdays, they're like, the queue appears at 9:30 when they start opening, and it's a kind of hive of activity for all of the amazing different produce. I think they've got a couple of other bakers that work alongside and are producing a lot of the sweets and varieties. And they've got places connected with Beam, the kind of book publishing bookstore, and coffee next door, so you can get good coffees. And I think they pay like 25p for a plate if you want to eat in. So yeah, it's great to see a business like that, and it just proves that if you're doing something, making great products, great produce, putting these amazing ingredients together in a good way, people will come, because this building's in a big building called Primary, where there's lots of studios, lots of yeah, other creatives, kind of creative people in different studios and things like that. And you can't, it's not like you drive by it and you're like, oh, there's an amazing bakery there. They've got a little sign outside on the side street, but you have to know about it, really. And it just proves that if you have your values, stick to your morals, and continually produce amazing quality food like they do, and bread, and have a really nice selection, then the people will come. And the people do. They do come. And so yeah, it's great to see. And I just wanted to review a business like this. It's obviously a physical business. A lot of the stuff we're doing online is online, but however, they're connected to a CIC, which is, they got a bread mill, and a CIC is a community interest project. So in the interests of exploring all the different business models with non-conformity company, because we're launching 100 startups in a year, and a lot of those are online, but we're looking at doing something with some of the land down the road or somewhere else to do a community growing project to bring people together. I do believe in the coming years there's going to be more and more of a need for smaller niche communities, local growing, local people, local activities. Because I think in this day and age, the technology that we have is great, but I think people are ever more disconnected from their local communities and the food that's going on there. And certainly a lot of independent food producers where I live, and something to bring those together and see what happens there would be very interesting. And just the business model of a CIC is interesting in itself, because a community interest project, it's for the community, it's owned by the community, and it benefits the community. You obviously have money circulating there, but it's not a for-profit business. It's done, the money's put back into the business. So you need money as the energy running through it, but it's owned by the community and it benefits the community. So this bread mill, people can, yeah, I guess, book in and use it. They've got different plans coming up, so that will be interesting to follow. And yeah, it's just a different way of doing business where it's not just for cold hard profits. This is for a benefit, so people can come and have access to equipment and mill grain and then bake from this thing. Have how they've got this big old stone mill of how it should be done, really. So yeah, really nice to see. And so a lot of the online stuff for non-conformity company is going to be kind of a bit like a CIC, because some of it we want to grow with the community and evolve it around the community, and also have people helping out to shape the future of it. The food business, we're going to do Food Seeder as well. There's foodseeder.com with the monthly seeds and know-how, drip-fed education business model. That's foodseeder.com. And then Real Food Seeker is going to be a directory of like all the best UK food suppliers and places like this. So you can seek them out. So yeah, Small Food Bakery and Outlet in Nottingham is 10 out of 10 for all of the good work that they do. And yeah, it's just nice. They've got such a selection of produce, and yeah, welcoming vibes. Just it's nice because you're actually the counters in the bakery as well, so you get a sense of all of that. And Kim, the owner, I asked her what the top 3 benefits were of sourdough bread, and she said yeah, it's a fermented food, so it releases all the nutrients and goodnesses. It's got a nutrients release that and it makes it easier to digest. And yeah, it's great. Number 2 was that if you see sourdough bread and it's from a place like that, it's been made by hand, it's been made with love, it's been made with care and attention, and that comes through in the product. You can tell it's not some pumped out production line garbage that we see in a lot of places. And even a lot of bakeries now in like town centres, they're just pumping out garbage. So the places like this are a rare find, but there's a real need for it. I think there'll be more of a need for places like this. And it obviously takes a lot of work. So this is a physical business, physical labour. And so that was number 2. The third benefit of sourdough made properly is that it tastes great. And it does. This loaf, it's mind-blowing. Peanut butter and honey and salt on there, or peanut butter and jelly. Absolutely wow. So yeah, sourdough, just as a note, there's no actual legal definition of sourdough. So a lot of the sourdough that you see in the supermarkets, guess what? Yeah, it ain't sourdough. It is not sourdough, it's not been fermented, but they can just stick this sourdough name on it as like a cool term to sell more bread. Taste the difference. Sainsbury's the best of. All of this nonsense, yeah, just beware. There's a lot of it that goes on in the food industry and in supermarkets. So yeah, this fermented foods, we were talking about the sauerkraut the other day from Loving Foods and did a business review of them. And yeah, really good work. So we're just trying to review some businesses and see what we can learn from them and see what we can take. So this CIC mill that Kim, the owner of Small Food, is connected to, it'll be interesting to keep tabs on that and see what they're doing, and also profile it for you guys in non-conformity blueprints, because we're showing you all of the different businesses and blueprints you can do, and showing you that business is not about money. It should be fun, it should be engaging, it should be, you can learn and evolve from it. And that's what a lot of these community interest projects allow people to do. It brings people together so you can learn and evolve and develop things without the pressure of money there's other benefits here of bringing people together, but you've got the business and the money kind of running in the background just to make sure that things can continue, and money that's made can be reinvested into different projects. Then you can do some different things for free. And yeah, I love all that, and it sings with the non-conformity company stuff we're doing, educating you and showing you all of the different business models out there. There's also CSAs, which is a community supported agriculture. So maybe we could also trial something with that as well as time goes on, with the different people that we know and that we meet. So yeah, I've also met quite a few people that have I think it was in the lockdown period, that just got into baking and cooking. And there's another guy that makes pretzels and tied up in knots. He does really well, sells out mostly on all of his markets. Somebody else turned to baking cupcakes or something, and they're doing really well. They worked for on the aeroplanes. Um, so I think there's a real need, as the food systems get more centralized, more mass produced. A lot of the nutrients is, well, most of the nutrients is wiped out, and then they have to add back in legally to a lot of the bread, the vitamins and the minerals, because they're destroyed. But as that continues, I think more and more people are kind of waking up to the fact that there's better ways to do things, and that might cost a bit more, but it's just you might as well pay more and have it done right than yeah, pay for something that's just really no point. It's just kind of acting as bread, acting as sourdough, but you're not getting the benefits there. So yeah, I think we're on day 175. I didn't check, day 17 or 176. I don't know. We've done a lot of videos in a row profiling different businesses, but mainly showing you, with non-conformity, we're doing 100 startups in a year, trying to profile as many different business models and combinations of business models as possible, so you can learn for free and start your own businesses, so you can build a life of happiness, fulfillment, and freedom. Thank you.